Okay, there we go. What is up? How's it going, Camden? How's it going this evening? Hey, it's going all right. Out of my garage. What's up? How's it going? Yeah, it's going not too bad today. Deck daughter is not going to hang out with us tonight, so trying to pivot and plan other things for tonight instead. Yeah, yeah. What's up, K Flock? Night Frame, how's it going? Welcome in. Bombay, or Bomyak, sorry. How are we doing tonight? No iconic. What did you get? Any Lilu, welcome in. What else did you get, Camden? You said some pretty good stuff. I mean, the iconics are hard to find. I mean, they're hard to come by, of course. But by pretty good stuff, I'm assuming maybe you got a couple legendaries, maybe an epic, hopefully an enchanted. What's up, Jacob? Tyler, how's it going? The Queen epic, nice. The blue one, okay. Oh, cool. Hades, yeah, the John Silver legendary. So that was one that after I opened up my case and several other things, that was one that I was missing. I was missing that one and the Elsa. I've pulled a couple of the John Silvers now, so all I'm missing now is the Elsa legendary for a full set of the standard cards. Chase, how's it going? Well, welcome in. Yeah, I've got every other card except for the Elsa Enchanted. I mean Elsa Legendary. Of course, I don't have all the Enchanteds and all that stuff either. But as far as like standard cards, I've got just about all of them. Not just about, I've got all of them. Tori, Nate, how's it going? Welcome in. Sorry, I'm just getting some things rearranged here. Deck Daughter is not going to join us tonight. She decided she didn't want to hang out. She's just going to watch TV, she said. So I am pivoting the plans and figure something else out here. Yeah, that Elsa would definitely make a solid deck. I'm tweaking my heroes deck. I don't know if Camden, are you in our Discord? I posted just a little bit ago some things on the Discord. 4K Mike, welcome in. Oh, you should totally join the Discord then. It's free. Up in my bio, you'll see a link tree. There is a invite link for the Discord. You should totally go join that. You can show off your new pools that you got out of your trove. You can learn all kinds of stuff in the game, ask questions, of course. Let's see, I am going to tweak some of this. I think that's kind of maybe one way we're going to head here tonight is do a little bit of deck building, deck tweaking, talk about that stuff maybe. But yeah, definitely. What's up, Nay? Donovan, how's it going? What is that? Oh. Let's see. Let me pull up my deck here. Man, it's quiet tonight. Ink Table Podcast, welcome in. How's it going tonight? Brandon, how's it going? Thomas, howdy. How's everybody's Tuesday going? Is it going all right? Not so much. Let's see. If I can get my the camera working here. Why is it not working? Randall, how's it going tonight? Oh, thanks. Yeah, Cam, it's kind of slow right now trying to get things going here. But thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Yamaverse Creations, how's it going tonight? What are we up to tonight? Anything fun or exciting? Let me switch this over here. Oh, whoa. That's weird. Oh, what is going on with these cameras? Oh my goodness. Oh, come on. Let's try this again. What's up, Nathan? How's it going tonight? Sorry, I'm trying to get my this other camera going here. That weird one, how's it going? Thanks for the likes. Now we're starting to get some people popping in here. Deck Daughter is not going to join us tonight. She decided she wanted to watch TV instead. So she's just doing her own thing. Been home all day from school. They didn't have school today because it's a teacher work day. Watched TV all day and decided that she'd rather go watch TV instead of go live. So you're stuck with me. And let me get this fixed up here. There we go. A new map, smaller map. That's what I said. She said, "It's Dancing with the Stars tonight. They're said it's elimination night or something. I don't know, voting." And I'm like, you've never watched Dancing with the Stars before, ever. Why now? It's just an excuse. She just didn't want to go live. That's all it was. Just an excuse. So whatever. So I figured I'll work on some decks. We just chat. Yeah, it's dumb. Tired of losing. That's right. Yeah, it's well, I mean, if she wants to start winning, build a better deck. But yeah, no, Dancing with the Stars is kind of dumb. It's like these professional dancers that teach these famous people that are like sometimes barely famous. Yeah, I found the icons, all those little stickers. I did. Yep, I got them all synced up. It was just a matter of like getting them synced over to the new whatever. Let's see. All right. But yeah, new map. This one is of course smaller. Small for me, but I mean, it still looks pretty nice. This one is the one that has that weird line in it, but it's not as noticeable on this one as I thought. The only thing I don't like about it is that in this version, this was one that I was working on, like some upscaling and trying to make it a little bit clearer and things like that. Some of the little stars down here, they start looking more like paint splotches and stuff, whereas on the other one, it's more like a galaxy. So I kind of like that a little bit better. Same deck. I'm just tweaking it up a little bit. I don't know if you saw in the Discord, I posted some ideas that I'm thinking about using for this one. And adding in some like yeah, look, Lorcana is way more important than Dancing with the Stars. I know. Well, I just posted it maybe about 30 minutes ago. Some of the updates, just adding some card draw, some ramp to the deck, because that seems to be one of my challenges. Yeah, that weird one. Get her down here instead of watching Dancing with the Stars. She can watch the recording later. It's not like she's gonna vote on it or anything. No, you don't. But whatever. No, you go do your thing. I'm just going to do a boring live here. Okay. Let me switch over to this other. Why? Oh my goodness. These camera settings, all my cameras got all messed up. What did that weird one do? You said traitor. Oh, you said oh, come on. Sorry, I'm trying to fix this camera up here. Should be my face. What's up, B-Town? How's it going? Come on, settings. There we go. All right. Let's get, if it'll load, this other screen on here, and I'll show you what I've been doing with my decks. Let me see. What's up, Tamara? How's it going? All right, here we go. That one. All right. So what I have done is I added a couple of I'm Still Here's, because that's going to give my characters resist as well as some card draw. So this will allow me to do some fun stuff like challenge early without taking any damage, to keep my cards out there. I also added All Is Found for ramp, because I end up with a lot of cards in my discard usually. So those cards I can turn into ink. So get some ramp going on there. That way I can play some bigger cards sooner. Well, I mean, maybe not necessarily sooner, but just rather than playing one at a time kind of thing. So cards that are sitting in the discard might as well, right? And it's a song, so I can sing it rather than pay for it. There was another one over here that I was looking at. Let me get my filters set up here. There was another one that I was looking at that looked like it was fun because it prevents, it basically protects all of my characters until the start of my next turn. Yeah, Restoring Atlantis. I was thinking, toss this one in here too, because this could be one of those like mid-game. I play this to protect all my characters from being challenged, and then quest with everything and get a crap ton of lore. And then at the start of my next turn, I ready everything. I don't have good ramp. That's one of the reasons I'm looking at like All Is Found, to get a little bit of ramp out of my my discard. So I've got Sail the Azurite Seas. That'll give me a little bit of ramp in there. But that's one thing that I struggle with this deck is ramp. Oh, Tamara, thank you for the ice cream comment. Thank you for the roses. Appreciate that. Yeah, but I'm only going to add a couple of them there. So that way, if it ends up stuck in my hand, I'm not going to be stuck with like 4 of them. I'm going to have 1 or 2, and it's going to really just going to be kind of a one-off. No fireworks. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry, because it was hidden right there. I just turned it back on. Hey, get off. Get off of there. All my setup and everything is all messed up. Sorry, I'm sorry, Tamara. Tipo was one that I didn't add just because it didn't give me a whole lot in terms of like one off. There we go. There it goes. Oh, Nathan, thank you for the hat. Oh my goodness. The dog's back there looking for cookie. Yeah. See the build. Let me see. Let me pull it back here. So this is my build. I've got Basil, just for some early play, early support. Jasmine, she's a shift target for this Jasmine. I've got Mulan Disguised Soldier, who is a shift target for where is the other Mulan? Wait, she was a shift target. Where did the Mulan go? Oh my goodness. Did Mulan get removed? Swear I've got Mulan in here. There's Mulan. I thought I had a Floodborn Mulan in here. Maybe I don't. Okay, so there's a mistake that I need to fix and get figured out. Bernard. So there's some card draw in there. No, there's a there is a I want to say a Sapphire Mulan that I had in here. Maybe not. Yeah. Okay, so I maybe adjusting this one. Oh no! I'm sorry. So I had this one in here. This is for the card draw. This is for if I'm stuck with a bunch of uninkables or something like that early on for some reason. But I've got Bernard for card draw. I've got Doc for being Doc. Sleepy, just a bodyguard. It was in here for a big body to protect characters. This is one that may go. I'm not super happy. Other than he's an ally, and this one works well with allies because I've got Scar. I've got Alice. So Alice and Scar, Scar, and Big Tink are my big. Big targets, or my big main play or whatever. But Tinkerbell Tiny Tactician is a shift target for the giant Tink. I've got Anna because heroes. There's lots of heroes in the deck, so when she quests, all my other heroes get +1 on the quest. I already talked about it. Phil. I've got that because it's basically every time I play a hero, and there's lots of heroes in this deck, I get a lore. So like that one. Plus, all my heroes get +1 challenger whenever Phil is out. Let me change that real quick. Let's see. Pluto, again, just a big body. He's a 5/5. As long as he has no damage. Sorry, that was weird. And then, of course, like I said, Scar. Then I've got Develop the Brain for draw. Fire the Cannons, direct damage. Azurite for ramp. Smash for damage. Damage and evasive control, both of those. The Fire the Cannons and Smash. Those are my my early evasive control. I'm still here. I added this for card draw and for resist. Strength, of course, same thing, more damage. All is found. I'm adding that for some ramp to pull out discard and throw discard into the ramp. Vincenzo. I do not have Vincenzo, unfortunately. What's up, Max and Freya? So yeah, so that's give me a second. Let me let the dogs out. So that's the deck that I've been playing. I took out I had a 5-drop Mulan in there, or I'm sorry, Jasmine that I took out because she ended up she's not a good shift target because she costs 5 ink. And the Floodborn is a 6 ink. So yeah, I don't have any Vincenzos though. But I took out a 5-drop Jasmine because she ended up more times than not in my ink. So I took her out to make room for those songs that I added in. The I'm Still Here and All Is Found. What's up, squirrels? Into the inkwell. How you doing? Pups, come. Sakari. Come on. Nope. Come. Get on place, Sakari. How are we doing today? Yeah, so squirrels. This is my variation of Isaac. How's it going? Good morning to you. I am doing well into the inkwell. Deck Daughter is not joining us. She decided that Dancing with the Stars was more important than hanging out with us on live. So here we are without her. We're just talking about decks though. But yeah, squirrels. No, so this is my variation on my hero deck. It's not all heroes. It's I've got some allies in there. I've got then the Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, which I really like. For the damage that she does. She's also that ally. So a great body for. I don't know what she's supporting. Oh yeah, there she is. Great body for my Scar for endgame, because Scar gets me some like crazy draw, of course. Oh, Nathan, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate that. But yeah, so it's the deck that I've been playing since Fabled, or since rotation happened, that we built Mauricio and Lorcana Quests, and I worked on one night for a while. So yeah. Oh, give me a second. The other dog's ready to come in. Oh, thank you for the heart me's. Thank you, Tamara. Oh, there they go. They're going nutsies. But yeah, so I'm wanting to tweak this deck. I mean, it's couple problems that I run into. I like to call this, and I'm going to change the name right now. I'm calling it My Heroes and Allies, but I'm going to change the name to Rock in a Hard Place. Hey, I'm going to change the name to Rock in a Hard Place. All right, that's enough. Because it seems like every time I draw a card, I have trouble inking because every card that I have is relatively valuable and I want to keep. So I end up in between a rock and a hard place on what am I going to sacrifice. So just because like all of these cards are to me just pretty solid in this deck. I mean, there are some that I certainly do sacrifice, and I don't have an issue sacrificing. I mean, Basil being one, mid late game. Genie sometimes. I mean, I know he's evasive during the turn, but when he comes out, if my player hasn't really played a whole lot of evasive stuff like that, that's one of the first ones that I'll get rid of. Oh, thank you for the finger hearts into the Inkwell. Thank you. But I mean, when I pull out a Strength of a Raging Fire, and it's like I don't want to ink that one because I don't. With this deck, I don't like to quest and challenge early. I like to get a wide board. I don't mind sitting on 0 lore while my player just I know it is. Hey. Sorry. I know it's such a good card, but it's one of those that within this deck, the way it fits is that it's not key to the strategy on this deck necessarily. I mean, it is some of my evasive control, but I use my Giant Tink, and I use Smash, and I use Fire the Cannons and Strength for my evasive control. Right? If a player has evasives out, I'll use those to just hit it directly rather than trying to pull an evasive character and then challenge with it. So that's why Genie a lot of times ends up. I mean, he's a big body, right, for cheap, but yeah, right. And that's, I mean, that's why I've got these in here. Smash, Fire, Strength. I've got those in there because they can take care of some of those big characters, or I use those to weaken a character and then I sacrifice because I don't like, for obvious reasons, I don't like using 2 characters to take out one. So if I can throw a Smash at a big body to weaken it, and then toss one of my characters out and to then take him out, I'm okay with that. What's up, Kylie? How's it going tonight? But yeah, so I don't know. But my big issue. Oh, thank you so much, Kylie, for the heart me. Appreciate it. My biggest challenge is yeah. Find anything fun in your box? It was a trove, right? Or did you get a booster box? Was it I think you said it was a trove, right? Oh, you got a booster box. Nice. What'd you get? Anything fun? Or is that TBD when you put out all the videos? Oh, Tamara, thank you for the roses. Nice. 5 legendaries. Love it. Let me switch over here. We got a bunch of people in now. Let me switch over. I want to show you guys. I posted this in the Discord, but I got the smaller mat in. This one is the 12 by 22 mat. So let me, oops, wrong camera. Let me zoom that boy out. There we go. So you can see the size difference there on that. So this smaller one, for me, it's a little bit small for my taste. But this is one that will be available on the TikTok shop because they can fulfill the SLAs, they said, for the TikTok shop. But the big one is going to go up on my Etsy. Yeah, the bigger one, I mean, it's the same size as the one I've been playing on too, so I'm used to it. It just seems so like, your smaller one. I mean, you can still get, cards out or whatever. You got your inkwell. You can, still play, play some cards out here on the smaller one. I mean, they'll still fit. I mean, so nothing really, really bad or wrong with it, but yeah. And then, I mean, there's also going to be like a huge variation that I'm putting out there. If anybody wants a 32-inch wide instead of a 24-inch wide, so that I'll have one of those available too, if you like it really wide. But yeah, I mean, I'm pleased with it. And this is one that oh wait. It is flipped. I need to do that. There we go. It's one that, like, over here, this has that weird line that I was talking about the other day, like running right through there. It's not as bad on this small one. I'm a little concerned still, though, that on the bigger one that it might show up. The ink is a little more defined. So this line showed up when I put it through some AI upscalers. And so this one, the ink on the smaller one is a little bit sharper than the ink on the bigger one. But I kind of like the ink on the bigger one because it looks more like ink and water, if that makes sense, right? I mean, you can kind of see the difference between the amber color here, for instance, or the steel, down here. It's just a little bit more. The smaller one to me is a little bit more. This one is a little more cartoonish ink, if that makes sense. Whereas this one is, because it's a little bit softer and a little more blurred. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me get that up closer so you can kind of see. I mean, you can see how it's, just overall, some of the ink is, a little bit sharper in there. This is the small one. And then versus the bigger one, where it's just kind of a little more kind of soft. It's a little softened. If that makes sense. A little more nebulous as opposed to like sharp ink. And it doesn't have that weird over here. So here's the other thing I don't like about the big one is like that these galaxies and stuff, when I upscaled it, they turned into more like blotches, and as opposed to like stars and galaxies. Whereas this one, because it's still softer, looks more like, a star in space, right? So that they look a little more natural that way too. So that's why I like the ink on this one. The AI upscaler didn't really do for print what I thought it would. So, but I'm going to get that. I think I'm going to get that tweaked around. I'm going to change this. Actually, let me see. I did kind of sharpen. I've got a version that I sharpened up a little bit, but kept some of the galaxy kind of feel. Let me pull that up real quick. I'll show you guys. This one I really like it. There's a lot more stars in this, but it kind of sharpens some of the ink a little bit, while still kind of maintaining some of that galaxy kind of feel. And this is one that I've loaded up right now on all of the. Sorry, let me get it loaded here. Come on. There we go. Image. Let's add this image right there. Oh, it doesn't like it. Let me do it a different way. It's too high quality, too big. Window capture, we'll do it this way. And we're going to pick photos. There we go. Oop. All right, there we go. So you guys see that, right? And I'll make it, let me rotate it around. I'll make it bigger so that there we go. So that one, yeah, right. So I think that one, when I ran it through some upscaling and some processing, like it kept in here, it kept some of the kind of like the star effects, right, and added just kind of kept a little bit of that ink cloud kind of effect with some of the stars, which I thought was pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about it is all of the like white stars and stuff that got added in on some of the upscaling. So I might try to soften some of that up. But other than that, I kind of like this one. Because it's kind of a mix between the two, right? It doesn't have that weird line running through here that I had before. Or on that other upscaled one that I have. It doesn't have that weird line. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's more natural. Yeah, right? I mean, it's just, I think, so I don't know. I'm going to keep playing around with it a little bit. And reduce some of the, I think just reducing some of the stars, some of the white spots all over the place is really what this needs to complete it. So gotta figure out how to Photoshop and remove some of that stuff without degrading the overall background, because getting like, getting some of this color bleed in here like this, got the emerald back here, it's and my amethyst and amber, ruby over here, getting all of that in there, getting a lot of that in there, it took quite a bit to give kind of that reflection and glow, and I think that's what gives it the depth. I think that's what gives it some of that that appeal, right? Is it kind of softens up some of the ink a little bit because of the glow effect. I mean, I like the stars. I just think on a matte, it's going to make it look like the matte's dirty, is my concern, right? I mean, you're just going to have a lot of white splotches all over the place. I don't know. I mean, Nathan, you like it. I don't know. What does everybody else think? What do y'all think? I mean, it is washable. It's neoprene. It's like all your other mats. So it is washable for sure. And I don't know if you guys saw in the Discord, I'm doing the two different versions. I've got the one that's going to have the full logo. I'm calling that the Iconic Edition. And then I'm going to do one with just the word mark, the Iconic Deck Dad down here in the corner. We're going to call that, right now I've got it on signature, because it felt too on the nose to call it the Epic version or Epic Edition. So I'm calling it the Signature Edition because it's like just the signature. And then this one is the Iconic Deck Dad. So this is the Iconic Edition. That's why that's where I've kind of landed with differentiating between the two. So let me see. Have 10 of each, please. Oh, man. Dominic, I have not really looked too much yet into the meta. I know Steel Song is still going super strong. I know Blurple is still a force to be reckoned with, but not Blurple in the traditional sense, right? Because it's removing, we've got, it removed a lot of the items. So this meta now is not very item heavy. Instant Inkwell, I don't know because our stores haven't posted it. Let me see if they have. Now I haven't looked since I got back from the cruise though. So let's see. PlayHub. Let me get signed in. Oh, other news while I'm pulling this up. I reached out to Beckett to see if I could get some promo codes to get discounts and things like that. And they replied back, not with a yes, but with where it seemed like they were half interested. Like, hey, yeah, talk to this guy over here. They do, he's doing a lot of stuff. So it wasn't a flat no. It wasn't a flat denial. So I may, he's on vacation this week, so it'll probably be next week. But yeah, I may, for those of you that want to use Beckett for your card grading, I may have a promo code for you guys coming out. That's what I've asked for. I've asked them, hey, do you have any promo that I can share with all my followers and everything to do this? Also selfishly, so that I could use it for my grading that I'm going to send off. But in return, I mean, I'm going to do a couple of videos, like, how to package it up, how to box it, how to ship it off, how to do the whole submission, and then, when it comes back, do the whole reveal and all that stuff. So We'll see. I'll let you guys know and keep you updated. I also got a new contact that I reached out to over at Ravensburger. I'm still trying to figure out how I can get in with their ambassador program to get things like card reveals for this upcoming set with Whispers in the Well and stuff like that. So stay tuned. I've got lots of fun stuff that I'm trying to work on in the background here. Modad, yeah, we had a good trip. How's it going? Thanks for popping in. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, how cool would it be for me and this channel to get a card reveal for Whispers in the Well? How cool would that be? Oh, Kit Kat, you're in the perfect place. We love teaching. We love helping out new players. If you haven't already, check out my my videos. I finished up a few weeks back a Lorcana 101 a Lorcana 101 series that teaches players, teaches you how to play. Is broken up into like 1 minute or less videos that takes it very small, concise chunks. So you can watch one, kind of figure it out, rewatch it several times to kind of master and understand that, and then move on to the next video and so on. Awesome. Yeah. Start with one. Start with video one and go through it in series. I mean, they're designed to build on each other. So that's the way I would recommend it. And then step two, go join our Discord up in my bio. We've got I've got a link tree that has a link to my Discord. Go join that because we like to help out, and we like to get help new people out that way too, and answer questions. We love it when new folks ask questions because it allows us to help and strengthen the community. So definitely go join that too. It's a lot of fun. There's just general chat is usually just going off the rails with all kinds of crazy stuff, and then we've got other dedicated channels for all kinds of stuff. Let's see. So, all right, my local store does not, surprise, have any set champs scheduled in September. They have not released an October schedule yet. They don't support Lorcana though, so that one doesn't surprise me. But let me see. There's not one at that store. My favorite store does not have any events coming up either. So we don't have any. Doesn't look like we have any set champs coming up yet on any of my stores around me. Let's see. I'm just checking some other stores. Radnor, awesome. It is tons of fun. What we were just saying. I'm in North Carolina, Dominic. Radnor, yeah, awesome. Lorcana is so much fun. Like I was saying to Kit Kat, go check out my videos if you haven't already. Let's see. I'm just checking a couple of the other stores right around here. Yeah, nothing around here right now has any set champs in the Play Hub. And that's where the only store that doesn't use Play Hub around here. Budget decks. I mean, start with a starter set. Learn the game, because that's going to be about as budget as you can get. That'll get you out there quickly. It's about $17 or so for a starter set. Get that. Learn how to play, and then just start buying packs and start start tweaking the deck and make it a little more powerful. That's the way I would do it. I mean, you can go out there. You can certainly buy decks. You can buy single cards and stuff like that. And try to build a deck. But probably the easiest, quickest, especially for somebody that's new. I don't know. If you've got background in trading card games and in stuff like that, and in deck building, then it may be less intimidating. But I mean, sometimes as a new player trying to learn the game, as well as trying to learn the game and then also deck building, sometimes it's really intimidating. So it's easier to get a starter deck and then get some packs and just start tweaking the starter deck. Figure out, okay, I'm losing. This is why I'm losing, and this is what I need to add, and go from there. Oh, Palace Ice is such a good one to play. I haven't played that in a while. I need to break that out. Maybe I'll play that in a little bit. Do a solo game of Palace Heist. But yeah, Into the Inkwell. No set champs yet around me. So womp womp. But we'll probably see those starting mid-month next month. Let's see. Dreamborn, that is the absolute best place to manage and do any of your cards. Dominic, I don't know that you'll be able to post a link or a file in here. Probably the best way to share that is going to be in my Discord. Go join the Discord. You can share it out there, because TikTok doesn't like sharing links and everything in the chat. Matt, just saw your note. The deck you sent, that was before my vacation, man. And I remember looking at it because we were talking decks that night. And I remember looking at it. I don't remember it offhand. Let me pull it up, because you put it in our you're in the Discord, and you put it in the deck build, Deck Brews, right? Is it the Queen of Damage? Is that you, Matt? The steel ruby. I mean, the emerald ruby. Sorry. Radnor, thank you for that follow. Let me see. Oh, you're in my area too. Okay. So they haven't put it on. All of. Yeah, Dominic, you're up in my area. We need to get together, and we need to have, because I've also met another Lorcana creator up here in this area, and planning to meet up with her and do some stuff. We need to have an Iconic Deck Dad meet up and hang out and do some play. That'd be fun. So I'm just north of Raleigh here, up in the Wake Forest area. Okay, so it looks like they're looks like around here they're gonna start up beginning. Atomic Empire, that doesn't surprise me. Because they're usually first on everything. And they're big in this area for Lorcana. Usually draw a really big crowd. Underworld Cards and Games is one of my favorites that I like to go to. That's where I got my case that I pulled the Iconic out of as well. Okay, Winston, Greensboro, yeah. So I went to high school in Winston, over on the Old Town side, over on West Winston. Let me see. We did. I pulled one, and Deck Daughter pulled one Enchanted. We got the Iconic, the Enchanteds, bunch of epics. Oh, I need to get this video done for this thing too. What's up, Wesley? No, so these mats are my my custom mat that I am putting up on my for sale here in the next day or two. I'm just finalizing a few touches. These are some samples that I ordered to see what they look like. So that's what they are. So yes, that's why I've got two of these. But these may end up as a giveaway, or something here very soon. We'll see. Thank you. Yeah, so I have officially now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mats total. I've got these two that I designed and got. I've got my Neverland that I've been playing with, and then Deck Daughter has her Goofy movie. I also have I have the Hades official Lorcana one, and I have Mimi. And then I've got we've got one that we picked up from somebody here at one of our local set champs. That is our city skyline. Pretty cool. Hurricane Kirk, welcome in. Most recent Enchanted. So I only have one Enchanted. My daughter has the other. But these are my my fancy shiny cards. Oh, we've got, let's see, my Enchanted. I've got the Mulan Enchanted right here. Come on, get out of there. There we go. I have the Mulan Enchanted. And then, jeez. And then I've got this little thing right here. Does an Iconic count as Mimi what? An Enchanted? No, an Iconic is an Iconic. This one's so cool. Look at that foil, that rainbow. Yeah, and keeps dropping in price too. It's down to like $830, I think. Yeah, while we're in here, let's show it. Let's show this one off too. I've got a misprint foil Elsa. See if we can get the light to hit it right. Down here, the lore. It is, let's see. Let me do it this way because it'll show up better that way. There we go. Yeah. Come on. There we go. There it is. See the misprint? 2 lure, but it's on 3 lure foil stock. How cool is that? So, yeah, I'm sending all of these off to Beckett just to get graded. I figure, I'm sending it because of the Iconic. I'm going to get it graded, but I figure, it's the same shipping whether I send 1 card or 15 cards or whatever. So I'm going to send all 9 of mine in and get them all graded. Because all of these, I've got 6 epics, an enchanted, and Iconic, and then the misprint. Misprint's not going to be like super valuable, but it's unique. So that's why I'm doing that one. Yes, Jay. An Iconic. We have the mini. Thank you. If you haven't seen it yet, you should totally go check out the video because I pulled it on live. Pre-release weekend. I pulled it on our live and went just absolute nuts. But yeah, it was. We got a booster case. Nerd Jazz, yeah, me too. How crazy would that be to get the collection? I'm just hoping that to pull another epic or even enchanted at this point because I've opened so many packs recently and barely even pulled any legendaries. So I'm in another drought right now on crazy. Yeah, I did a case. 4 booster boxes. We pulled 1 Iconic, 2 Enchanteds. My daughter opened, got an Enchanted out of her box. And then I got 6 Epics. She got, I think, 1 Epic in it. So out of a case, 1 Iconic, 2 Enchanted, 7 Epics. Not too terrible. Or no, one of these, the Max Goof, I didn't pull that out of the case. So it was 6 epics because the Max Goof I did pull out of a, Into the Inkwell. Have a great night. I pulled the Max Goof epic out of a pack that I bought from Target, actually, of all places. So, but I need to record my video review of this in the next day or 2. Payment for sending the sample so I don't get a violation. Yeah, this is a X Pro, so it's not the what's the other one? This is like the Chinese knockoff of the what is the other one? Oh, Tamara, you have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Tamara, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm drawing a blank now. Vault-X. That's what I'm looking for. Well, but the live has to, I have to show it off. I have to talk about it, for most of the live. I have to pin it there and I have to plan the live from what I understand, Kylie. I'm going to do a video. I mean, that's no big deal. I I need some different content anyway. So video will be good. Because I need to do a video for that. Were you in here when I was talking about the? Oh my goodness, this thing broke again. All right, give me a second. I got to change the camera setting again. It got all wonky again. There we go. Were you, Kylie? Were you in here when I was talking about Beckett? I reached out to them yesterday afternoon. I heard back today. The guy that I reached out to, he's the marketing director for Beckett. He seemed kind of interested and referred me over to one of his other guys, and said, "Here, talk to this guy. He handles a lot of our social media promotions and marketing and stuff." So hoping to hear back from him next week. He's, according to his out of office, he's on vacation this week. So, but yeah. So hopefully, we'll get a promo code for those of you that want to send off cards for grading with Beckett. Get a promo code to get you a little bit of a discount there or something, maybe. Because I mean, that's what I asked for was, hey, hook me up with a promo code that I can share with everybody. Because it's like $28 shipping to get everything back. They have different levels. You can pay it's like 13 or something like that. $14 or something for we got, it's like $14 for their basic. It doesn't include subgrades, but if it grades a 10, they automatically add subgrades and then charge you the additional 3. You can pay $17 to get like your basic shipping with your basic service with subgrades, and that's like 45 plus day turnaround. And then it's, I think, $32 or something for 20 to 25 business day turnaround with subgrades. So it adds up. I think to do the 20 to 25 day service, it's $408 for me to do all 9 of my cards plus shipping, and they also add insurance in there. You have to declare essentially a minimum value of $100 per card, even if it's a $2 card. Because if you declare $2, it's $1.50 insurance. Whether it's $2 or $100, it's like $1.50 per 100 increment. So you have to get insurance on it. So they add that. There's no way to do a zero value. I tried. So a lot of it adds up. I mean, I get it. I get the insurance. But it all adds up. And like I said, $408 for me to send off with the 20 to 25 business day turnaround. It's $203 or something like that for the 45 plus day turnaround. Are those like they call them what, ESBs or something like that, Mimi? Is that what everybody talks about, ESBs? ETBs. Okay, yeah, I knew it was something something. ETB. What does that stand for? Does it stand for anything or just ETB? Evolution Trove Box. Elite Trainer Box. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, because in Pokemon, you're a trainer, right? You're a Poke trainer. You got to catch them all. Oh, Kylie, thank you for the tiny diny. Look at that. Premium collection. Wow. Yeah, Pokemon, like, holy cow, does it get expensive? That is crazy. Yeah, it's nuts how expensive Pokemon. Hey, how long has Pokemon been around? It's about 10 or 15 years, right? 20 years maybe, I guess. It's been a hot minute. No, Kylie, this iconic is only worth $830 right now. That's what they're selling for. It keeps coming down in price. 30 years. Wow. Okay. So almost as long as Magic the Gathering's been around. Because Magic's been around for like 35 years or something. I know. So when I opened it up, it was 1,300, and that was pre-release. You know, that same weekend, and then it immediately with like that week after people started opening it, it dropped to about 975. And then when general release happened that next week, and then set rotation, it dropped to about 890, and it keeps coming down from there. It seems to have settled out a little bit in the 830 right now, in that 830 range. But I mean, look at Dumbo. It's starting to come down too. Or last I looked, because it was up to 80 at one point, and when I last looked at it, it was $63 or $64. Yeah, Dumbo is down to $64.97. My Iconic Mini is down to $832. The Mulan, when I pulled it, it was $200. It's down to $92. Maui Half Shark has come down. That one's rotating, or not rotating out, but that one is phasing out of meta, I think. So that's why that one's coming down. It's down to 36. It was all the way up to about 45, 47 right before Fabled released. Tiana Restaurant Owner. That's one that like right before Fabled released. That's one that started growing in value. It's up to $34.94, so $35 right now, which is crazy. Tamatoa Happy as a Clam, for the longest time, sat at 45, and it's down to 16. That's crazy. They are good, but they're starting to get replaced with other cards in the meta, I think, which is why they're coming down. I mean, the Tamatoa Happy as a Clam, as soon as that one was in there for your what's it? Be prepared, because you throw your Tamatoa out there and pull back, all your pull back a bunch of items and everything to play and do all that like crazy aggro stuff. But and in Blurple, items are not a thing anymore. They're a lot of them got rotated out. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dominic. No items. That's why Tamatoa has dropped down from 40, 42, 45 down to 16. Ruby's least played, really. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've looked at the meta. Let me look. this is clearly not up to date. So saying Ruby Sapphire Popsicle deck is number 2 in the meta. That is not right. So Lorcana.gg is no good. Look at this other one. Oh, what is my other site that I like? I'll have to look it up. Where do you look up your meta, Dominic? Nathan, the hockey game last night. It's preseason, so it was all of our ink decks. Is that the one that I was trying to think of? There was one website that yeah, ink decks. That's the one that I drew a blank on. Thank you. Yeah, so the game last night, it's preseason. It was the first game of the preseason. And so we had all of our minor leaguers in, basically, trying to show off and earn their place. Had a couple of the veterans in there, but some of our younger veterans. So we lost. It was 2-1. It was a weird game. The energy just wasn't there. It was very slow. It very much felt like an amateur game. But when the season starts, that's when they lock in the veterans and all the good players. That's when it's gonna really pick up. There's another game Wednesday. I'm not tomorrow. I'm not going to the game tomorrow because it's a community fundraiser game, so I don't have tickets. It's not part of my my ticket package. My next game that I'm going to is Sunday. So Sunday. Yeah, it was fun to be in the arena. That's for sure. To get there, get back in the arena and get around and see some hockey played and everything. It was still fun. It was a weird vibe last night. Like it was quiet. And of course the arena wasn't packed out like it normally is. So we are our arena is considered they call it the loudest house in the NHL. Because we get loud. They throw the decibel meter up there during playoffs. Like I don't have super sensitive ears, but there was one game in the playoffs where, man, my ears were ringing. And they were hitting like 108, 110 on the decibel meter in that arena. It was nuts. But yeah, so we get loud. So going in last night, it was not loud, even to the point where when they're scraping the ice, with the snow shovels and getting the snow off the ice, you could hear the snow shovels on the ice as they scraped it. I've never heard that at any of the games. So it was a weird vibe, like it just even in between. And of course, it was quick. Not as many TV timeouts and stuff like that. So it was done a lot quicker than a typical game. So, but anyway, yes, sir, Ray, talking about the Hurricanes hockey. That's my team. You a Canes fan, Ray? Follow-up question: if you are you up in this area? Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder, so I'll be there. I'm a full season ticket. My tickets are in section 113. I have 2 tickets. If you're ever, 113 is, so it's kind of in a corner. It's lower level, and it's lower level, kind of in the corner. The picture I took in the Discord, Mimi, is from my seats. Like I was sitting in my seats when I took the picture. So I mean, you can kind of see where it is in the perspective I had. Okay, so east. Yeah, I'm up north of Raleigh. Yeah, I mean they're not sideline, seats or anything like that, but they're definitely. I mean, it's best seats I could afford. I mean, I of course prefer sideline, on the blue line somewhere over there. But oh, nice, Ray. Yeah, I started. I got into the Hurricanes back 2010 is when I started really started following them. A company I worked for had season tickets, and they would come around like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon before a game when they couldn't give away. Excuse me, or when they didn't have sales, marketing, schmoozing that they were giving it away. And so they came around about 4 o'clock. It was like, hey, who wants to go to the game? So I'm like, sure, I'll go. And so I went to my first games back in 2010, watched a little bit, and just been watching more and more since then. But yeah, I went to the preseason game yesterday. We're going to the one on Sunday, and then right now I've got 6 of my games up for sale, 7 of my games up for sale, because I'm not going to be able to go to them through the week of Thanksgiving and the week of New Year. We're going to be out of town, so and then there's one in November. There's a Saturday game in November that I can't make it to, that I've got up for sale right now. But other than that, planning on being all the other. What's up, Disaster? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Oh, that's all right, Lunchbox. Good to see you too. Good to have good to see the Lunchbox. And man, Disaster, we haven't seen you in a hot minute. What you been up to? Oh yeah. How'd you do? What deck were you playing with, Lunchbox? So I don't go right now to any leagues. Just so the Wake Forest Game Theory is my closest. That's the one I normally go to buy stuff, but they don't support Lorcana. In fact, they pissed off the Lorcana community around here, and so because they don't support it, there's not a lot of play up here. However, I've met another creator that lives up this way too. So we're gonna try to get some. They're gonna stop if you're not gonna get on the live, then. It's not my fault. Mama forced me to come down here to get it something. But yeah. So anyway, we're gonna try to get our community up and going up here locally, and then but. I've played. I think my favorite is Underworld down there on Western. I went there for the fabled pre-release event that they had, the sealed event. They were also our first set champs that we went to for Jafar. And so I really like Underworld. They're the ones I bought the case from, that I pulled the iconic out of. And then so Game Theory over on Durley. So I work over kind of that way, and they're on my way home. So I'm thinking about trying to check out their Wednesdays. On Wednesdays they do they have like their league night or whatever, their regular play every Wednesday. So I think I might I'm thinking I might start going to that one, the Game Theory down on Durley. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm sending mine off to Beckett to get graded. I'm waiting to hear back from Beckett though to see if they're going to hook me up with any promo codes that I can use for me. And in return, I'm going to film some videos and promo stuff for them and share that promo code with all of you guys. So y'all maybe get a little bit of discount on some Beckett grading if you want to use it. So as soon as I hear back from this guy, it'll be next week. As soon as I hear back from him and learn one way or the other whether they'll hook me up or not. League play, set champs. So league play is a little bit different than set champs. I mean, it's still kind of the same. It's at local stores, but league play is typically it's your local stores just get together a bunch of people on a regular weekly basis kind of thing to play, and a lot of leagues will do like some of them will do things like budget deck night or whatever where you bring your best budget deck, $20 or less kind of thing to play, or some of them have ladies nights and things like that. But anyway, your set champs, so the way set champs do, so leagues are like constant, right? That's up to the local game stores. But your and Ravensburger gives prizes and things, promo cards, pins, lore counters, things like that for league nights for your game stores to encourage game stores to do those things. And then and I'll get set champs. But league night. So, by giving those promos, that encourages people to come into the game store. By giving the promos to the game store and people coming into the game store, it encourages people to buy from that game store, which encourages the game store to buy more from Ravensburger, right? So it's Ravensburger really trying to help and promote all your local game stores. Your set champs, they happen after new sets come out. And this one, it seems like it's happening pretty quick. However, Whispers in the Well is coming around. It's literally right around the corner. November 5th, I think, is when Whispers in the Well comes out. So, we're really right around, because we went, so May 30th, end of May, was Jafar. So we had all of June, July, August. We had 3 months with Jafar before Fabled came out. But this one, beginning of August, you got most of August, September, and October. So, so I guess about the same. But right. And I think a lot of that too is because it hasn't the stock issues, right? People weren't able to get a whole lot of stuff early on. But yeah, this one definitely feels weird. Like it feels like Reign of Jafar was out forever, and we were waiting forever for Fabled to come out. But it seems like Whispers in the Well. I mean, Fabled, they started pushing Whispers in the Well the weekend of general release for Fabled, which is crazy. But anyway, they want to get all the set champs done and over with before the next set releases. So that's why they're right around the corners, because set champs are core constructed. So it'll be anything that is, of course, you can't use anything that's rotated out. You can't use the band cards, but anything that's reprinted, anything in sets 5 through 9, including the reprints, you can use. So it'll be core constructed rules for your set champs. Oh, Ray, Lorcana is so much fun. The artwork, that's what drew me to it. I don't know if I want to.
Please, it's just like stuff for books and Kindle. Tab so I can tab my books, and then a thing for my Kindle.
I'll worry about it in a little bit.
I have $50.
Okay, I'll worry about it in a little bit. Yeah, Ray, that's how we started. We started with we're just gonna get a couple decks just to play. We're not really gonna get into the collecting and all that stuff yet. Here we are. but yeah, it's right around the corner. I mean, looking at this thing that Dominic posted for our local area. I mean, set champs starting on October 4th, so 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks away, are some of the first set champs here. So yeah, it's right around the corner. I mean, and it seems like there's little time to put together and practice with any decks either. But yeah, it's crazy. All right. I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up here, and I'm gonna go work on my store. I want to get that finished up. I mean, unless you guys want to just hang out and we just keep talking about random stuff while I work and tweak on some of my store stuff, because I want to get that stuff up and live. Let me. Every weekend in October. That's crazy. Yeah, like I said, I mean, because once October's done, Fabled is done. Because Whispers is November 5th. Is if I remember correctly, yeah, November 5th is release. Let me see. Let me look it up. Whispers in the Well release date. November 14. Okay, I'm sorry. So November 7 will be pre-release. 14 is general release. So, I mean, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks from this Friday is pre-release for Whispers. 6 weeks. Yeah, so November 7 is a Friday. That's pre-release. November 14 is the next Friday. That is general release. Just like they did this one. Fabled was released on Friday as well, which makes sense. I mean, that way you have the weekend to do all your pre-release stuff. I get it. Get everybody playing and all. But yeah, Ray, no, for sure. We'll definitely have to. Shoot, man, let's coordinate. Meeting up and at one of the stores and playing or something. That'd be fun. So, all right. Yeah. I mean, I'll hang out here and just tweak and work on some of my stuff and keep chatting with you guys while I work on this. But I'm gonna work on my on the store stuff, because I want to get that. I want to try to get that going today, so you guys can get out there and get excited for. I wonder. I'm surely there, because that kind of happened with Fabled too, didn't it? Maybe where Fabled kind of lined up with a Pokemon release. So I wonder if they're doing that on purpose to try to capture some of the Pokemon crowd. Oh, okay. For some reason I thought you had mentioned that Pokemon was releasing. Mauricio, welcome in. How's it going? Oh, just back from league. We were just talking about league and set champs and how set champs are like already upon us because Whispers is releasing in, what did I say, 6 weeks from this Friday? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 weeks from this Friday, Whispers in the Well releases. It is absolutely crazy. Oh, Mauricio, I changed around that deck a little bit. I don't know if you saw the Discord or not. Made a couple tweaks to it. One being, I took out the 5-drop Jasmine because I found more times than not she was ending up in my Inkwell. And she's not a good shift target because she's really expensive. And in place, I added in a couple I'm Still Here's and a couple All Is Found, both songs. That'll give me some card draw and some ramp. No, it's just the the Jasmine is that. No, it was it was one that was like deal 3 damage or something like that. Exert and deal 3 damage or something. Let me see. It was during your. It's the Fearless Princess. During your turn, this character gains evasive, and then choose and discard a card. This character gains Challenger +3. It's a 3/7, so it's a big body. But I ended up more times than not. I ended up inking her because, I ended up inking her because either she came out too early and I couldn't afford to play her, or I never really used her abilities all that much. So I took that out for All Funned Out and for I'm sorry, All Is Found and I'm Still Here. I'm also thinking about All Funned Out because that'd be a fun one to do. Like when I've got a Floodborn that's heavily damaged, play All Funned Out and put that Floodborn, because it's when you play the All Funned Out is an action that when you play it, it's a 1-drop. So put chosen character of yours into your Inkwell face down and exerted. So if I do that on a shifted Floodborn, I could put 2 ink into my Inkwell. So get a Floodborn out there and then something that gets like heavy damage on it, and then play All Funned Out to then toss both of those into my Inkwell. Get 2 ink for the price of 1. But yeah, so that's what I've done for it so far. I still struggle with and I call it my rock and a hard place deck, because it seems like every card that I have in my hand, I don't want to ink because it's super valuable to me and to the strategy of the deck. So I think I've gone a little bit too wide on some of it. Most commonly, I'll get like Strength of a Raging Fire and Giant Tink in my hand at the same time, and I'm like, well, which one do I ink? I don't want to ink either of those because Strength is a great direct damage deal, and then Giant Tink deals damage every time I banish a character and when I play her. So I don't want to ink that one either. So being able to do like the All Is Found to pull something out of my discard and throw it into my ink. Will eliminate some of that. It'll allow me to skip an ink here and there, I guess, is the way I'm looking at it also. Because I mean, if I get, shoot, if I get Alice, Giant Ink, and Strength of a Raging Fire in my hands, which one of those do I ink? So I don't know. I know it depends on the board, but I mean, it's, but still, it's, if I don't have, Alice out, right? If I don't have Alice out, I don't ink Alice. But if I have an Alice on the board, sure, I can ink her. I can afford to ink her. All right. I think, let me see. So I need to make this this image bigger, but Nathan, check this out. Right? All Fund Out. Like I said, I mean, it could be a very interesting. The only downside to All Fund Out is, I mean, it's going to take up space. I mean, it's a one drop, but where I could see that working is, like I said, if I've got a heavily damaged character that is going to go out, so get like a giant Tink that I use to banish a big character. She can take quite a bit, but she took a lot of damage, or something like that. Make sure I quest with her if I can, and then play All Fund Out. Throw her into my inkwell. I get 2 inks out of it because I get her and the shift target shift target as well. I'm pulling up. I'm going to show you. I did a little bit of adjustment on that this image. I want to show you what I did. I kind of like it a little bit. Now I need to run it through and do a little bit of processing to increase the resolution on it a little bit, but let's see. Let me get this added back in. Give me just a moment. Yeah, but I mean, All Fund Out is inkable though. So I mean, if I top deck it, worst case, it becomes ink. So that's what I'm saying. The biggest problem is it's just going to take up space. But I could see, where I could see where it could make for an interesting play. I know, Mauricio. I've got to upscale these, the lower resolution. All right. So Nathan, this is the original, right? With all of the stars and everything. And then after doing some adjustment and refining, this is where we ended up. And let me make it a little bit bigger. Fewer stars. Hey, Brit's Card Shop. So, what do you think? I mean, I do kind of like it with a lot fewer stars, because this just to me looks cleaner, right? Whereas this just looks like it's dirty. I did, Brits. I did make it. Let me show you what we're talking about here. Let me switch over here. Oh, this one. There we go. Playmats. That's what we're talking about, Brits. I'm designed and I will be selling custom playmats. So we've got small. This one is 22 by 12, and then I've got bigger version that is 24 by 14. Yeah, Nathan, I think just the original. I think what I like about the updated version is just it sharpens it up just a little bit. And let me see. Oops. It sharpens it up just a little bit, and puts a little more detail kind of into that into the what's it called? The into like the space and stuff in the back, right? So this is what we got right now, and then let me come over here. There you go. So it just a little more detailed on like the nebula in the back, right? A little more detailed on the nebula. The colors pop out a little bit more. I mean, you got things like, down here, a little more detail on like some of the galaxy type stuff, that I'm putting in there. The ink is just a little bit sharper, but not too cartoony sharp. Because if you look at, right, I mean, if you look at this one, I mean, I think it's just it's a little too sharp, right? And I think when I compare with this image with the one I just did, and this one has a lot of those like white dots and splotches around there and everything on it. It just to me just comes across a little more cartoony. And that's one thing I liked about this, but it's still a little fuzzy, is that this one being a little more blurry, a little more blurred, it gives it more of that cloud nebula kind of ink in water effect. So the other one is kind of a balance between, I think. So I mean, because I mean, you can see, right, the difference between the like the resolution there. What, this one more realistic? I mean, I think it's a little, to me, a little over saturated, kind of maybe a little bit. I don't know. I mean, you can see the difference in, like the steel inks and stuff. This one is more realistic. Yeah, right. Because it's like it was dropped in water a little bit. Nathan, nice. How'd you do? Nathan Neighbor, how did you do? And Brits, have you checked out my Lorcana 101 up there in my videos that I put together to teach you and teach folks how to play? Because if you haven't and you're learning, I would absolutely recommend not to shamelessly self-plug my videos, but go check it out. I mean, all the feedback I've gotten, I mean, from it, they're super helpful for folks. Yeah, start with one. I pinned number 1 and 2 up there on the videos, and then you'll have to scroll down a little bit to get the others. I'm not going to pin the entire series because that'll be just crazy mess. And I don't have enough followers yet to be able to do like playlists. But yeah, the 101 series, every video is a minute or less, and it really tackles one aspect of the game. So we're not trying to throw everything at you at once and everything, but it builds on each video builds on itself. So what you learn in video 1 or video 3, video 4, whatever, you then expand on that in video 4 or the next one. But we don't really talk a whole lot. We mentioned, we're like, okay, now we know this. Now let's talk about this kind of thing. Yeah, and the gateway, I mean, I pulled a little bit of inspiration from there because that's kind of how the gateway is set up, right? Is it takes you through little baby steps of the gameplay. And the gateway is a great way to learn how to play, for sure. And you get a couple decks out of it too. But yeah, check it out. They're a minute or less, so they're easy to watch it. And then if you don't quite get it, go back and rewatch it. If you still don't get it, throw me a comment, ask me a question, or join my Discord. Up in my bio up there, I've got a link. Oh, Mauricio talking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big graphic designer, so a lot of this is like 99%, 99% AI stuff. But it looks really cool. It really just started out as being just a way to create some branding and logo. And then it's turned into, here's the, here's some merch that we're going to do. But yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate the feedback. I don't know how I can fix that necessarily. I'll play around with it and throw in, and I'm an IT guy. So, I mean, I play with AI and play with prompts and stuff like that. And also, I'll see if I can do, like, the whole idea was just kind of that splash of ink into water kind of feel where it starts mixing anyway, using all 6 inks. And I call it the ink stream. That's the name for the graphic that I came up with, was ink stream. But yeah, I mean, that's it. So, I've got it sideways, of course, but up top is the left-hand side. The bottom here on this image is is the right-hand side. So this is right, this is left. And then I'm putting my logo in the bottom corner down here. Well, let me see. So I have Mauricio. Let me find it. Give me a second. There we go. So I have, if you can see down here, I'm putting, this is what I'm calling my signature edition, where it has just my my word mark on it. And then I've got and then I have what I'm calling my iconic edition that has my full iconic Deck Dad logo in the bottom corner. So I'm making two different versions and two different sizes. So there'll be 4 versions total. You can pick from if you want. If you like, I mean, some people like the Deck Dad logo. It's actually, so this one is a little bit bigger. There we go. And if you look, you can kind of see the Elsa on that front card that the character is holding. So I can get it to focus. There we go. So you can kind of see the little Elsa Elsa inspiration there on that front card that I'm holding. But yeah, so this one I'm going to call the Iconic Edition because it's the full logo with Iconic Deck Dad. The other one's just going to be the Signature Edition. And Nathan, that's why I'm offering up the option. They're going to be the same price, whether you get the Iconic or the Signature Edition. So you're not going to have to pay a premium for one or the other. It's just get the one you like. Pricing, $36.99 includes free shipping for the 24x12. I think that's pretty reasonable. It's a pretty solid price. $37 total for the 24 by 14 mat for the big one. The big one, $37. And of course, whatever tax you have to pay on there, which I have no control over that, but that includes shipping. There should not be any additional shipping charges on top of that $36.99. So, and then if you want the big one, I will have a big one. If you want an even bigger one, it's wider. I think it's actually a little bit shorter, but it's a lot wider if you like to do a really wide board. Let me see. Let me see what the dimensions on this one is. And there's going to be a total of 4 different sizes out there, depending on what you want. So the small one that I have here, that one is 22 by 12. That one is going to be available on the TikTok shop. The big one that I have is 24 by 14. That one will be available on the Etsy shop. Let me see. Get my sizes here. And then we have, let's see, yeah, 24 by 14 is my favorite. There's it's 23.6 by 13.8. We'll round it off. 24 by 14. The bigger one, if you really want it, is 31 and a half by 15 and a half. So it's a little bit taller and it's a lot wider. That's a big boy. So that one is going to be $10 more. So it'll be $46.99 for that one if you want it. If you like a really big one. So yeah, the 24 by 14 and the 31 and a half by 15 and a half are both on my Etsy. And then on the TikTok shop, those sizes are 12 by 18. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, not 12 by 18. Not doing that one. 12 by 22. So that's the small one I've got. Or you can do a 32 by 16, which is a big one. Big boy. So the big ones on both stores are going to be the same, essentially the same size. It's just the TikTok is going to offer this smaller one, and my Etsy is going to offer the bigger one that I have, the 24 by 14. Which, like I said, if you've got the official Lorcana playmats that they release, here I'll show you the size comparison. So this one is the 24 by 14, the one that I like, Nathan, that you like, the official Lorcana mat. And I'll line it up at the bottom. And on the right edge, you can see there's just a little bit of overhang on the left. So it's essentially 24 wide. But it's about 13 tall instead of 14. So that's the size of the official Lorcana mat compared to the 24 by 14. So yeah. So I'm gonna tweak and see that refined version of the ink stream that I did with the fewer stars. I'm gonna go through and do some Adobe upscaling on that and see how that looks, and if I can get it looking okay, then I will get this published and on the store ready to go for tomorrow. So let me see. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me see what this upscaling does. Omar, welcome in. Yeah, Maurizio. So I'm using. So this is actually I found a really really good that I like, free AI upscaler. Um, it's called iloveimg.com. Meh. So take a look at this. Let me switch over to this one. Let me change this this website out real quick, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. I mean, it does a pretty solid job on the upscale, to be entirely honest. So there you go. So like you can see, it started out at 1408 by 736, and this upscaled it to 5632 by 2944. I mean, it sharpened the ink a little bit, but I like what I kind of like what it did over here. It softened this up just a little bit, and it sharpened some of the galaxies while softening some of the background blending a little bit. You see it? Very subtle. But I love img.com. I mean, it's got some really cool free tools. So they cost nothing. I'm not even logged in. And here we go. Let's look at, now that they are the same, similar resolution. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. All right. Oops. Sorry. So this is the original with all the stars and everything in it. See, right? And then this is what I upscaled to by muting out some of the stars. I don't know. I lost a lot of definition in the clouds. Not happy with that. See, it's more blurred over here. I really like the definition in the cloud work out here. I'll have to keep playing with it. Cause see, this just like blurred it a lot. Not horrible, but by blurring this, it makes the ink stand out more. It makes it more cartoony, I think. Whereas this one looks a little bit sharper, a little bit better. Just way too many freaking stars. That's the only thing I don't like about this image. Way too many of those stars. So I got to figure out how to thin that out without losing definition in here. But anyway. Yeah, it's just like I said, not super happy with all the stars. And that happened on one of my other another tool that I have that I was using that where the AI upscaled it. But I really like that background. It did, right? That's what I'm saying. Like the nebula reflections and everything in the background are more blurred, which I don't like. So I need to figure out how to reduce the amount of the stars in there because I personally think that the stars. I mean, once you get that on a playmat, it's just going to make it look like you got crumbs all over your playmat. I think a few stars, okay, right? But I don't know. I just think this is too many. Well, I mean, if I come in and try to manually adjust some of the star removal, like I would need to come in and like each pixel pop them out, which ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mauricio. Right? Like to get it done the right way, it's going to need to be Photoshop. So I don't know. Maybe I send it off to somebody on like Fiverr or something and just say, "Hey, do your thing." Because I think this is the perfect amount of stars. It's just now we've lost definition in the cloud, which I mean, it's not horrible. The cloud in the background is not horrible. It just now it looks more like a reflection as opposed to a glow, right? To me, this looks like it's like ink bleed, right? This looks like a reflection in glass. And I prefer the ink bleed kind of feel that comes out of this. I don't know. I'll play around with it. Because I mean, even oops, it's not gonna let me. I mean, even this image. Well, it's also blurry, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I'll keep tweaking and working on it. See what I can do. Because I think Oh, I've got so many different versions of that ink stream. I just need to land on one that I like and be done with it. All right, y'all. I am going to go to bed now because it's 10:30 and I got to get up. So I'll work on this some more tomorrow and get it all figured out. But let's see. Yeah, we'll get there. I want to release something that's good, not something that's just all right for now, kind of thing, right? So I want to release something that I'm happy with. So I'm not gonna put it live until I get something that I'm happy with. Anyway, y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. See ya. Thanks, y'all. Bye.